adventurous, bold, exciting things. All right. So I was going through the book of Genesis, which is just the first two chapters. I can just get lost in the first two chapters. I just love reading this book over and over and over again. And you know, I've kind of come to believe after reading this and meditating on it and really thinking about it and asking God, what some of this stuff was about, because it looks to me like there's a couple of things going on here. One is that God, from the very beginning, is a super adventurous God, that He designed things in such a way that we are to go out and do adventurous, bold, exciting things. When God said to go out into the world and that we are to take dominion over all of the animals, ones that fly, ones that swim, we're to take it all. And we're supposed to eat everything that produces seeds. We're supposed to go take dominion over the whole world. Now, I don't know. I don't think that the world was flat. Or smooth, I should say. I suspect that even then, that there were a lot of mountain ranges, and that there was, maybe God made deserts and stuff already. I just think that the way that the world was probably very, very, very diverse. I have read that a enormous majority, like 75% of all things that were once alive have died, in that species are completely obliterated and wiped out. That what we see now, the diversity that we see now, is nothing compared to what was at one time. And so anyway, with respect to that, it would seem to me that God's goal in a lot of creation is that He is about expressing Himself. And it seems to me that when I read what He did when He created man, He created human beings in His own image. So we have a lot of that inborn drive for adventure, for going after things, all of that stuff that we had when we were little kids. A lot of that stuff, I think that a lot of that stuff that's beaten out of us, that very few of us wind up keeping into adulthood, where we started out desiring to be artists, and we desired to go out and go to strange lands, and we wanted to go, after all sorts of things. We believed in all sorts of adventure was calling us. And then somehow either that got beaten out of us, we finally just gave up, we were ill-equipped. However, I mean, we all get to places differently. And whether you put yourself into a mental space where you're a victim and you blame somebody for making you believe something and being helpless, or you realize, hey, you know what? I believed a lie and I need to go reclaim my adventurous self. The thing is that if we are to be like God created us to be, subduers, people that go and conquer and rule, which is what He called us to do, you need to meditate and think, what is the space that I am called to rule, and how do I do that? Because that is what answers the question when we ask ourselves, did I matter? Did I do what I was supposed to do? If we snuff out our desire for subduing and our desire for adventure, I think that is the root of what causes us to be ineffective and causes us to to not fulfill the call that God has on our lives. God never calls us to be scared, never calls us to be fearful, never calls us to play where we are trying to not lose. No, he calls us to win, and he calls us to go pursue God, do adventure. I'm Adam Funderburg. This is a Men's Development Day moment. Go and be adventurous today.